Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. So we are here again for another exciting week of online tutorial, ETUlay online tutorial. And it's already quarter 4, week 6 and 7. I'll be discussing quarter 4, week 6 and 7, which is the trial balance and adjusting entries for merchandising business. Okay, so we're almost done. 2 more topics and we're done with Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management 1. Okay, so good morning, Mansawi Mamangko. Good morning po. Okay, next slide please. Objective natin for today, for this week rather. So at the end of the session, you will be able to prepare a trial balance and you will be able to prepare adjusting entries. Okay, next please. So here are the steps in the accounting cycle of a merchandising business. So last week we discussed about identifying and analyzing of the transactions and then the recording of these transactions to the book called journal. So that's journalizing and then posting to the ledgers. Today we will be discussing an adjusted trial balance, adjusting entries, and adjusted trial balance. So, konti na lang. Okay? Matatapos na tayo. Wow. Matatapos na yung semester din. Okay, next please. So, before we proceed with the main topic, okay, let us have a review of what we have discussed last week. So, that's analyzing the transaction. So, I have here so my instruction is choose the letter of the correct journal entry. And my first transaction is Sunny, okay, invested 200,000 to start his business. Okay, so what is the correct journal entry for this transaction? Is it A, debit cash 200,000, credit sales 200,000, B, debit cash 200,000 and credit capital 200,000, C, debit drawings 200,000 and credit cash 200,000, and D, debit capital 200,000 and credit investment 200,000. So you choose the letter of the correct journal entry. So good morning kay Grace and kay Jen. Good morning po sa inyo. Okay, so what's the answer? You can comment down your answers. Ayan na-reveal na yung sagot. Answer is letter B. So our journal entry for this transaction is debit cash 200,000 and credit capital 200,000. Okay, next. Okay, number 2, bought equipment for cash 36,000 pesos. Okay, so who bought the equipment? For sure, it's the business who bought the equipment. So what will be the correct journal entry for that? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, let us reveal the answer. It's letter D. Okay, debit equipment, 36,000 pesos and credit cash. Yes, you are correct. So, Tosa Josh. Okay, credit cash, 36,000. Okay, next please. Okay, purchase inventory, paid 15,000 pesos. Okay, so what is the correct journal entry for this? Is it A, B, C, or D? Sige. Last week kasi ang ginawa natin is inanalyze pa natin, di ba? So this time, tingnan natin kung by just reading the transaction, kung readily available na sa inyong mind ang journal entry. Okay, Josh Sotosa, your answer is letter D. Let us reveal the answer, please. Yes, okay, it's letter D. Inventory, debit inventory, 15,000 and credit cash, 15,000. So, ginamit natin inventory. So, siguro ang inventory system nito ay perpetual inventory system. Okay, next please. Okay, number 4, paid insurance for 6 months. Okay, 12,000 pesos. Okay, and use asset method. Okay, so what is the correct journal entry? Is it A, B, C, or D? Good morning, Miss Luzviminda Espanto. Good morning po. So what's your answer for number 4? Okay, let us see. Josh answered B. Let us see. Okay, it's letter B. Okay, debit insurance, 12,000 pesos and credit cash, 12,000 pesos. Asset method kasi. Okay, so next slide please. Ayan, medyo madami-dami. Sold goods for 9,000 pesos on account. Cost is 3,000 pesos. So what is the correct journal entry? If a while ago, okay, in one of the transaction, okay, we debit the inventory. Okay, so ano to? So, gumamit siya ng perpetual inventory system. So, ito, ano kaya ito? Number 5, B. Okay, let us reveal the answer. Correct. It's letter B. Very good, ah. Okay, parang naka 5 over 5 na si Josh. Okay, let us now proceed to our main topic. Trial balance, okay? So trial balance is a list of general ledger accounts and their balances. The accounts are arranged according to assets, okay, liabilities, equity, sa equity, capital first, and then drawing, revenue, and expenses. So the purpose of preparing trial balance is to determine whether the total debits and total credits in the ledger are equal. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, let us recall muna. Sa service type of business, we studied this already. Okay, so let us recall. Choose the letter of the correct answer again. Question is, this is a trial balance prepared after the adjusting entries, but before the preparation of the financial statement. Okay, what type of trial balance is that? Prepared after the adjusting entries, but before the preparation of the financial statements. Okay, let us reveal the answer. Yes, it's B. Correct. Si Josh ulit, correct. Adjusted trial balance. Okay, next please. Okay, number 2, trial balance prepared after the closing process. Oh, what type of trial balance? Being prepared after the closing process. Okay. 2. Okay, number 2, C. Let us see. Yes, that's correct. Post-closing trial balance. You are correct. Again. Okay, now next slide, please. Okay, trial balance prepared before adjusting entries are made. So what type of trial balance is that? Prepared before adjusting entries are made. 3A. Okay, let us reveal the answer. Andrew A, Josh A, okay. Yes, that's unadjusted trial balance, Marina. You are also correct. Letter A, unadjusted trial balance. Okay? So, here. So, sabi natin kanina, di ba, trial balance is to check the correctness of the debits and the credits. Okay, so but there are still errors revealed by a trial balance. Ano ba yon? Journalizing or posting one half of an entry. Parang nakalimutan mo siguro. May debit ka pero walang credit. Okay, so you forgot. Okay, probably you forgot to post. Okay, kaya doon sa trial balance, malalaman mo yon. Okay, kasi hindi ka magbabalanse. Number 2, recording one part of an entry for a different amount than the other part. Okay, nagkamali ka naman. Okay, ng amount. Iba sa debit, iba sa credit. So, madedetect din yan ng trial balance. Okay, number 3, transplacement error or slide error. Example, the amount is 1,000 pesos. Okay, 1,000 is recorded as 100 or 10,000 pesos. Okay, palagi itong nangyayari sa akin, lalo na pag pagod ka na, inaantok ka na, pero kailangan mong tapusin yung ginagawa mo. Yan, lagi ako nagkakamali dito. So that's transplacement error. And number 4, transposition error on one side of an entry. Example, 3,964 is recorded as 3,694 or 3,946. Okay, nagkakabali-baliktad ka na. Nagkakaduling-duling ka na sa kakatitig mo sa numbers. Okay, so yan yung mga errors revealed by a trial balance. But there are also errors not revealed, okay, by a trial balance. Sabi nga, di ba, if total debits and total credits are equal, okay, so sa trial balance mo, debit and credits are equal, it does not necessarily mean that there are no errors. Because there are errors not revealed by a trial balance. Ano ba yan? Number 1, omitting entirely the entry for a transaction. Nalimutan mo. Okay, nakalimutan mo gumawa ng entry. Let's say, sinabi mo later na nga, may documents ka, pero sabi mo mamaya na nga yan, and then na-misplace. Okay, so yon magbabalance pa rin ang trial balance mo, pero okay, hindi mo na malalaman na meron ka palang errors na, meron ka palang transaction na hindi na i-record. Number 2, journalizing or posting an entry twice. O, yung isa nalimutan, ito naman na doble. Balance pa rin ang trial balance mo yan. Okay? Pero, syempre, hindi na correct, hindi na accurate ng information kasi dalawang beses mo pinost or ginornalize yung transaction. Number 3, using a wrong account with the same normal balance as the correct account. For example, supposedly, ang account dapat is salary expense. Okay? And then, ang nagamit mo is utility expense. Same amount, but different account, wrong account. Okay? So, yun, balance pa rin ang trial balance, pero may error. Okay? And then number 4, wrong computation with same erroneous amount posted to both the debit and credit side. Wrong computation ka. Okay? pero same amount ang inilagay mo sa debit and credit. Okay? Hindi na yan makikita sa trial balance. Okay? Later on mo yan malalaman. Okay? Kapag gumagawa ka na ng financial report. Okay? So, let us see. Paano ba gumawa ng unadjusted trial balance? So, ito na tayo, preparation of an adjusted trial balance. So, from the journal book, ipopost mo ngayon ng laman yan sa ledger. Ito, di ledger ang ginamit ko, but T-account. Okay? Pwede rin ito. Okay? Kasi hindi nakakasya yung mga ledgers natin sa liit ng space natin. So, T-account ang ginamit ko. So, andyan naka-reflect naman lahat. Sa cash, reflected ang in and out ng pera. And then I have the ending balance. Same with accounts receivable, ending balance, inventory, notes receivable, prepaid insurance equipment, accounts payable, owner's capital, sales and cost of goods sold. Lahat yan may ending balance. So dito, sa right side, makikita ninyo yung unadjusted trial balance. Okay? Report form. Okay, so dito sa left side, nandyan lahat yung accounts. So assets, okay, arranged according to ALEREX, assets, liabilities, equity, okay, revenue, and expenses. And then the debit column and the credit column. So, ililipat nyo lang yun dyan. So, yung mga ending balance nila, pag sa debit, okay, ilagay mo sa debit. Pag nasa credit, sa T-account, ilagay mo sa credit side sa trial balance. And then, you total, both sides. Okay, so dapat pareho siya. Okay, but again, it does not necessarily mean daw that there are no errors. Okay, so next please. Good morning, Chantel. So, ayan, see? Ayan yung mga ending balance. Okay? So, nireflect na doon sa trial balance. Okay? Okay, adjusting entries naman tayo. So, adjusting entries are adjustments needed to update certain account balances in order to reflect fair values for the assets, liabilities, expenses, income, and capital in the financial statements. So at the end of the accounting period, kasi there are items that you need to adjust so you can generate an accurate financial reports. Okay, so there are 6 types of adjustments. First, we have the prepayments, okay, accrued expenses, unearned revenues, accrued revenues, depreciation, and bad debts. Okay, ano bang ibig sabihin ng prepayments? So, these are advance payment, okay, for an expense. So, there are 2 methods, asset method and expense method. Accrued expenses, so these are expenses already incurred or used, but not yet paid by the company. Okay, hindi pa nababayaran. So, ano siya? Liability siya. Okay, and then unearned revenues, income already received by the company but not yet earned. So these are advanced collection of payments. Okay. So there are 2 methods, liability and income methods. And accrued revenues, okay, accrued revenues, income already earned by the company but not yet collected. Okay, so receivable naman siya sa part ng business. And then depreciation, so portion, so this is the wear and tear of the property, plant, and equipment due to passage of time. Okay, so that's depreciation. And then bad debts, so these are accounts of customers that cannot be collected anymore or doubtful of collection. So there are 2 methods also. Okay, pag talagang you are sure that you cannot collect that, okay, use the direct write-off method. Tanggalin mo na agad yan. Expense na yan at tanggalin mo na siya sa receivables. And the other one is allowance method. Okay, baka pwede pang masingil. Okay? Next, please. Ayan. So, ito yung trial balance, unadjusted trial balance natin kanina. Okay? So, sa adjusting entries tayo. So, the following information was identified on December 31, 2020. Of the total accounts receivable of 7,000 pesos, 1,000 is uncollectible. Okay? So, ano yan? What type of adjustment? Ano dyan? Ano ang adjustment? Okay, sige. Bad debts yan. So, ito yung ating magiging adjusting entries. Debit bad debts expense, 1,000, and credit allowance for bad debts, 1,000 pesos. Kasi uncollectible na, sure, na kaya direct write-off na ang ginamit niya. Number 2, 3 months insurance, okay, expired, okay, 6,000 pesos. What type of adjustment is that? And you look at the that unadjusted trial balance, kung anong method ang ginamit niya. Gumamit ba siya ng asset method or expense method? So, anong nakikita niyo dyan? 3 months insurance expired. Merong may prepaid insurance. So, ano yan? Anong method ang ginamit niya? Gumamit siya ng asset method. So, what will be your adjusting entry? So, that is debit, okay, insurance expense, 6,000, and credit prepaid insurance, 6,000 pesos. Okay? Number 3, salaries earned by employees during the period but not yet paid amounted to 10,000 pesos. O meron kang anong type of adjustments yan? That's accrued expense. Okay? So, your adjusting entry will be debit, salaries expense, 10,000 pesos, and credit, salaries payable, 10,000 pesos. Okay? Madali lang, di ba? So, ang suggestion ko lang dyan, if you cannot understand the first time you read, okay, basahin mo ulit. Hindi mo pa rin maintindihan, basahin mo ulit. So, ganun ang ginawa ko nung nag-aaral ako. Basa lang ako ng basa. Hindi ko naintindihan sa unang basa, binasa ko ulit. Minsan, tinatranslate ko pa nga in Filipino or sa Tagalog para maintindihan ko. Okay, effective yan. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, worksheet. So, yung worksheet natin ay 6 columns lang. Hanggang adjusted trial balance lang. Kasi hanggang dito lang muna yung ating topic for today. Okay, so yung ating unadjusted trial balance kanina, nilipat ko lang sa worksheet. Kinopy-paste ko lang siya, literal na copy-paste. I copied all the accounts and, okay, and the balances. Okay, debit and credit balances. So, 95,000 yan both. And then, yung first nating adjustments, okay, debit, bad debts expense, 1,000, and allowance for bad debts. So, tingnan ninyo yung accounts ninyo kung meron na yung mga accounts na yan. Kung wala, isulat nyo sa ilalim. Okay? So, after ng cost of goods sold, ilagay nyo yung bad debts expense. And then, nasa debit yan, ilagay mo sa debit side, yung amount na 1,000. And then, after writing your bad debts expense, sa ilalim, isulat mo ang allowance for bad debts. Kasi wala ka pa namang, sa unadjusted trial balance mo, wala kang allowance for bad debts. But be very careful in writing the amount. Allowance for bad debts nasa credit. So, dapat ilagay mo yan sa credit side. Kung hindi, magkakamali ka dyan. Okay? Click lang po. Okay, ayan. Allowance for bad debts. 1,000. Okay, yung ating second adjusting entries. Okay, insurance expense. And then, okay, prepaid insurance. Okay, you don't have to write prepaid insurance na after insurance expense kasi mayroon kang prepaid insurance doon. Okay? So, ilagay mo lang siya sa tamang column, yung amount. Okay? Next. Third one, salaries expense. Debit salaries expense, 10,000 and credit salaries payable, 10,000. Kung wala doon sa unadjusted trial balance accounts, isulat mo siya sa ilalim. So, ayan na, nakasulat na lahat. Okay, so lahat ng ginamit nating accounts sa adjusting entries, nakasulat na siya in red, yung in red ink. Okay? And then, of course, you total na the debit and the credit. Ayan, 17,000. Sige po, click. Okay, 17,000. Ngayon, sa adjusted trial balance, copy-paste mo lang. Yung hindi not affected, the accounts not affected by the adjustment, you just copy and paste, okay, the amount, like cash, in black ink, lahat ng naka-black ink, not affected by the adjustment. So, isulat mo lang lahat yan. So, cash, accounts receivable, notes receivable, inventory, okay, copy mo lang sa debit, lagay mo sa debit. Then, prepaid insurance, okay? Meron siyang debit, 12,000 at may credit siya, 6,000. So, you need to subtract that. Okay? And then, ilagay mo yung amount dun sa column na mas malaki, which is the debit side. Equipment, not affected. Okay, copy-paste. Same thing with accounts payable, owner's capital, and sales. Kopyahin mo lang yan. And cost of goods sold. Okay, copy. And then, yung mga dinuktong na natin, dinagdag nating account kanina. Okay? Kopyahin nyo na lang din kasi wala naman talaga sila sa unadjusted trial balance. Kopyahin mo na lang. And then, total the debits and total the credits. Okay? Ang total niyan ay 106,000 pesos. Ayan. So, balance. Okay? Balance tayo. So, hanggang dyan muna ang lecture natin for today. So, here is my reference. The book published by Bandolin Enterprise, written by Ferrer and Milan. Okay? So, I hope you learned something today. And if you have no more question, thank you so much for joining today's online tutorial. Thank you.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan sa Lunes mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Science. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!